In 1989, Kodak's local media focused on the impact the Exxon Valdez oil spill had on fisheries and the environment. Is it really a coincidence that fisheries and the environment together composed a large fraction of Kodak's economy? While it is important to look at the impact on fisheries and the environment, there are a myriad of non-economic implications to the oil spill. The sheer magnitude and stress of the oil spill caused a dynamic impact on the community's overall feeling.
The spill had an effect on the water and the wildlife, but it had a huge effect on the community of Kodiak. For Kodiak, how it affected the people was the biggest effect of the spill.
Because there were the people that were working and the people that were not working. And it just fractured friendships.
And because the salmon fishing was not happening, people weren't making any money. And those factors of not making any money and not getting a contract, and some people got contracts, was very divisive in the community.
The village of Titlik, and I have been there, and they're, subsistence-based village, and basically the oil spill happened in their front yard, and so their subsistence way of life was changed forever.
It was devastating for families to not have access to those foods, to know that a huge percentage of our diet relied on those subsistence foods, and to know that you couldn't trust any of the shellfish that you normally would have collected. Our subsistence foods are an incredible, important piece of our culture.
The wildlife that was dying right there. They can't handle that sort of a product in their environment. They just can't.
Killed thousands and thousands of seabirds.
Little tiny shrimp, and there was just millions of them dead on the beach. And when they start dying, the oil is hitting the bottom.
Everybody was ready to have the best ever salmon season because we had just come off of 1988 was one of the best salmon seasons ever in Kodiak. And we were all looking forward to the same kind of a salmon season. Divided our community one more time because there was a lot of people, huge settlements comparatively, and then people who did not.
A lot of people in Kodiak that summer were under a lot of stress. The spill happened, we were worried about the fishing and the wildlife and the natural systems. But now, all these years later, when we think about the spill, I think a lot of us think about how it affected the community. At the beginning, we just thought about the spill itself, how it would affect wildlife, how it would affect the ocean. And now, all these years later, what sticks in my mind most is the effect it had on the social fabric of the town, on the community.